to help you understand what's happening, why the markets have freaked out, why stocks like Nvidia have lost hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap overnight. And I'm also going to explain to you why I think this could be much ado about nothing. I can explain to you why I've been buying stocks like crazy. I can explain to you why I think that there's more to be revealed here. I think over time you are going to find out more, and I bet you the Zuckerbergs and the Bezoses and the Sundar Pichais that run Google, I bet you they're not freaking out like you think that they are. I bet you they are. Um, I bet they're going to keep going on with business as usual. Now, before I get started, do me a favor. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and this podcast is on Spotify. And also, as I talk to you guys about what's going on with the DeepSeek deception, I want to remind everybody that if you want to get a list of AI stocks that I love the most, just text the word stock, STOCK, to the phone number 87948. Text stock to 87948. All right. So, it's the DeepSeek situation in the stock market is definitely something worth paying attention to. Give me a yes in the chat if you saw your stocks kind of go a little bit crazy. Give me a yes if you were a little bit worried and kind of wondering like what's going on. And if you want to know the details, what basically happened was DeepSeek is a company in China that basically claimed to be able to create a model that's more efficient than ChatGPT, and they were able to do it at a tiny fraction of the price, literally maybe 1/20th of the price. I think that ChatGPT paid $100 million to develop their first little AI model, and DeepSeek's like, oh no, we did it for 6 million. It was much easier, and it's also more efficient. It's better. And I thought that was interesting. I said, "Wow, this is really interesting. This doesn't surprise me. I've always felt that Chinese people, the Chinese government, does a lot more for educating their kids than we do. So it doesn't surprise me when they just pull a rabbit out of a hat and do something amazing. That's what China does. China, in case you don't know, China's far advanced relative to the United States when it comes to technology. If you go to China, you're going to have bullet trains and all kinds of stuff that the U.S. may never have. We may not have it for another 30 years or 40 years. They got the robots everywhere. They're doing a lot of really cool stuff in China. So China is, in my opinion, better positioned to control the future. They're in about year 55 or 60 of a 100-year plan for global domination, economically, politically, and otherwise, and they're doing a really good job. In fact, just to give you a little stat on how much more advanced China is than the United States, China produces more engineers every year than the US, India, and Japan combined. They produce more engineers than the US, India, and Japan combined, and the engineers are better qualified. Our engineers, they get on the job. It takes a couple years for them to learn how to be contributors or get a patent and all that. Their engineers are ready day one. And I can tell you, as a person in my doctoral program, I had some students from China. I sat next to a young lady who had the eighth highest math score in China on her on the math exam. Absolute genius. And one thing I can tell you is that she studied all the time. She was very serious about her academics. Honestly, I don't meet a lot of American students that are the same way. When I taught students in China, when I was on the faculty of Syracuse, I taught a class in China, and the Chinese students were just the best students I ever had because they were well behaved, they respected the professor, they listened to what we had to say, they wanted to succeed, they wanted to do well. Americans, unfortunately, I think that we're a little bit some of us can get a little bit spoiled, and I don't think that we are committed to actually being the kinds of people that we had to be to build this country into what it is right now. I just have to be honest with you about that. Now, so here's the thing. So DeepSeek comes along and they're like, "Hey, we made this model. It's better than OpenAI. All the metrics proved it." And then they're like, "Well, how much did it cost you?" They're like, "Oh, we only spent 6 million and we used inferior chips." Oh my God, that's a hell of a story. That's amazing. It rocked the financial markets. Give me a guess if you saw your stocks just get butt spanked, got their butts kicked, and you were like, "What's going on? Why am I losing all this money?" Well, if you own stocks like SoundHound or if you own stocks like Nvidia, stuff like that, you took a hit, you took a bath.